asked us to keep you updated, but allow us to shift focus to matters online. What exactly Kenyans are talking about on the social media circles, be it X or Instagram, you name it. I'm joined by Anne Veronica from the digital desk on this segment, What's Trending. Anne, good morning. How are you doing today?
Good morning, JC. I'm doing fine. How are you doing?
I cannot complain. So let's get right into it. One of the stories we've just seen right now touches on the former governor, Wycliffe Oparanya, who was grilled by the Ethics and Anti-Corruption Commission. Of course, the Azimio camp is mentioning foul play, while the Kenya Kwanza side mentions that this is the long arm of the law that's finally about to reach in terms of the former governor and the money he's said to have embezzled. What exactly are Kenyans saying on the social media circles?
I will start with what the EACC said. They released a statement saying that this is literally an independent investigation they are conducting in all the counties, and it has nothing to do with politics. Netizens are actually hoping that it has nothing to do with politics, and if it's supposed to be justice that is served, they are hoping to see it getting served soon. You know, Oparanya was taken in for questioning recently by the EACC officers, and the Azimio allies as well as his lawyer Danstan Omari were not allowed to go and see him in the offices. And you know, netizens were actually saying that Danstan Omari is now omnipresent. He's everywhere, because anytime there is a case, not anytime, but most of the time there is a case, Danstan Omari is there actually making a whole statement about it. So yeah, they're saying that Danstan is everywhere.
Well, others might call him a serial litigator, but I mean, he's doing his job, so kudos to him. But it's also interesting to see how timing of this particular questioning can bring in the political angle to it, because this fella served from 2013 to 2022. Right now is when EACC is actually going after him and training their guns. So many might question the political motive behind the questioning right there. But speaking of politics, we saw a couple of questions raised to the Sports Cabinet Secretary, Ababu Namwamba, yesterday on the floor of the House. As you well know, ever since Ruto's administration came to power, cabinet secretaries have been grilled on the floor of the House on various matters, and this time round it was Ababu's turn. What's the latest?
Yeah, yesterday it was Ababu Namwamba's turn. Ababu was being questioned by several members of parliament about the claims that have been there of him mismanaging the ministry. They are saying that, I will give an example of Gladys Sholei, who is the Deputy Speaker of the National Assembly, as well as the Uasin Gishu women rep. She was saying that she has had to host sportsmen and women severally in her house, and that is when they had to share their experiences, the experiences that they have been going through. She called them horrors under the ministry, and she says that she actually witnessed some of them wearing a fake label kit, and Ababu said that no, that did not happen, that he actually gives the sportsmen and women Nike kits and not Adidas, and as Sholei had earlier said, Ishungwa also supported Gladys, saying that it's possible that the CS is misusing the privileges that he is getting as a CS, where that the members of parliament were saying that ministry officials travel in first class, while the sportsmen and women, who are the priority, travel in the economy class, and it really never sat well with the members of parliament. And he was answering these questions. He actually wrote a letter to the Speaker of the National Assembly saying that all these claims are just nothing but hearsays, and he was told to apologize for it.
Interesting. Well, it's not the last time he will be grilled at the floor of the House, including other cabinet secretaries. It's a game of wait and see if he will truly be vindicated, because it seems he has a target on his back. Interestingly, from his political side, the Kenya Kwanza side, who insists they're doing their role in terms of oversight in the executive right there. But away from that, let's talk about other matters, and it's all touching on what President William Ruto said yesterday as he was hosting that state concert of the music festival winners at State House Nakuru. He mentioned about meeting with the TikTok CEO, also spoke about matters to do with regulation of that social media platform. What exactly are Kenyans saying, and what should we expect today?
Kenyans are actually saying that it is not necessary for the president to meet up with the global TikTok CEO. His name is Shao Zichu. I hope I said that right. Yeah, it's not necessary for him to meet up with him because the regulation of content should start locally. Like, there is an office in Nairobi that regulates content, and they should start with that first before going to the TikTok CEO, because yeah, it could be a global issue, but you have to address that issue locally first. And others are saying that it is such a good move from the president. He's been making moves towards monetizing digital content, and he actually said that beginning this month, the Facebook will be partnering with around 25 Kenyan content creators in checking out the monetization feature of Facebook, and we hope that works. He also said that Twitter will start paying those who are posting their content on the platform.
Well, I hope you're active on your social media platforms, huh?
Let's see how that will go.
It's all about the money at the end of the day. Interesting. Yeah. So let's shift focus away from local matters. Just yesterday, we saw Zimbabwe head to the polls, and it's definitely one of those momentous occasions in the country, bearing in mind this might be, is it the second general election after the former president Robert Mugabe was ousted from power? What exactly is catching our eye on that particular election in Zimbabwe?
The election started happening yesterday, and it was delayed because there was a delay in the delivery of ballot papers. So it has been extended today. And
are you serious?
Yes, the
2
citizens.
days.
Actually, the citizens are willing to wait. They are saying that they're going to wait and vote out the people who they don't see them working well with them, and they will vote in the correct kind of government. Let's just hope they have the best elections. But they have said that this is a downgrade from the previous elections they have had. They're really not happy about the current elections.
Well, I'm pretty sure that issue about delay and waiting on the line for perhaps even today so that they can exercise their democratic right does not sit well with the population. But it's also interesting to see the push and pull between the two front runners in that particular presidential election, the incumbent Mnangagwa, who is seeking to go back, and even as the other party through their candidate is definitely eyeing for that top seat. We'll definitely keep our viewers updated on that particular election. But interestingly, still on the international scene, there's a lot of speculation about the Vagner boss. Reports yesterday sort of indicated, especially on social media, that he might have passed on in an aircraft that went down after it was shot. What exactly do we know?
The Russian Civil Aviation Authority said that it was a jet crashed from the air, and it killed the people who were in, and they have not seen any survivors. That is according to the authorities. Currently the boss is feared to be dead. And do you know he was a chef?
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, he was a chef. He had a lot of things to do with the Sahel region, because currently there is a lot of engagement with the Vagner group in that region, with all the coups that are happening right now. Earlier this year, he had led a mutiny against the Russian army, and netizens are hoping that it is not an assassination. They are also telling him to rest in peace because Russians see him as a hero.
Well, that's interesting, especially since, as you mentioned, he led a mutiny. Of course, foul play is suspected, knowing very well the man at the helm of the Russia government doesn't take such instances lightly if the past experiences are anything to go by. But we'll definitely follow up on that particular story, bearing in mind the last video he posted, he was actually in Africa, in the Sahel region, as you mentioned. So we'll definitely keep following up on this particular issue. Once that report is confirmed, we'll definitely let our audiences know. And Veronica, thank you so much for your time. Where can we find you on the social media platforms?
Again, I am at @Veronica on all the social media platforms. You can find me there.
Okay, thanks for your time. Asante
You're
sana
welcome.
for the deliberation as we touched on what exactly Kenyans are talking about in terms of what's trending on the social media platforms. Trust us to keep you updated on that particular beat. Allow us to take a short break on that particular note. As we come back, we'll shift focus to our sister station Spice FM as we plug in to the conversation that's going